The establishment is using Kendrick Lamar in order to take down the real truth teller. Can dark spots be?
Now, it, meaning food stamps, are a subsidy to Walmart and candy companies, charging the government $4 for an ounce of.
Mm. So I am just going to read this because I am applying for a creative writing fellowship because I have two books that I already published. They're on Amazon right now. Um, One of them is it's called the Bureau of Magic and Oddities, but yeah. So I'm just applying for grants because I want to make that like my life thing. I want to want to pursue being a creative like full time. So anyway, I'm I'm just gonna read. It's boring, but hopefully with the combination of my voice and the music in the background, hopefully that'll be something therapeutic for anyone who's listening. It says Creative Writing Fellowship for Pros, how to apply. The Creative Writing Fellowship Notice of Funding Opportunity consists of two documents: Creative Writing Fellowship Application Instructions. This document provides detailed instructions on how to complete and submit your application. A complete Creative Writing Fellowship application consists of: 1. An application for federal domestic assistance in individual form SF 424. 2. Attaching the required items to the attachments form. A. One writing sample. B. List of publications to establish eligibility. Creative Writing Fellowship Grant Program Details. Navigate to the Grant Program Details and Instructions section on the Creative Writing Fellowship's program page for essential information that will help you plan your application materials, including a grant program description, eligibility, review criteria, award amount, post-award requirements, and administration, and frequently asked questions, among others. We reference the grant program details throughout this document and recommend having both available while preparing your application. Application calendar. The deadline is Eastern Time. Be sure to take this into account if you are in another time zone. Late applications are not accepted. So the government isn't playing around. Grants.gov. Submission deadline March 12th, 2025, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions about your application, contact the Literary Arts staff at litfellowships@arts.gov. Go to the grant opportunity package on grants.gov. You will use a grants.gov workspace to submit your fellowship application. Access the application package from the Creative Writing Fellowships program page by clicking on a link for support number 2025 NEA 03 LFCW under the How to Apply section. Under the How to Apply section. This will take you directly to the pre-populated application package in grants.gov. The grants.gov View Grant Opportunity screen will open. Click the Read Apply button. If the Apply button is gray or you get a bad request error, it's likely that you are either not logged into grants.gov or that your account does not have the right participant role. To create the workspace application, you must have added an individual application profile to your grants.gov account. See more information on adding an individual profile. Do I have an individual profile? Grants.gov is really weird because it's a really good resource for grants. But with all the chaos that's been going on with Trump and Elon and them taking down websites and stuff like that, this was affected. Not this particular one, but like one of the ones that deals with like Medicaid and Medicare to like log in and stuff like that. Log in was affected temporarily. So I didn't have the chance to actually log in and do this stuff. But grants.com is like a great resource if you're looking to get grants, fellowships, anything like that. And it's straight across the board from everything from the arts to NASA, literally. You can get a grant if you're a student in college or just a student period, you can get a grant to NASA or fellowship, to NASA, where they value your opinion about things that they should be doing. They value like the ideas and stuff. But yeah, that's all interesting and cool, at least to me. So this is grant.gov. Right. Section. The grants.gov view grant opportunity screen. No, I read that part. Will open. Click the red apply button. If the apply button is gray or you get a bad request error, it's likely that you are either not logged into grants.gov or your account does not have the right participant role to create the workspace application. You must have added an individual applicant profile to your grants.gov account. See more information on adding individual profile. 3. You will be prompted to enter your login.gov username and password. After logging in to create a workspace application, fill in the application filling name field with your legal name, then click the Create Workspace button. Upon a successful workspace, what did I do? Upon a successful workspace creation, you will be directed to the Manage Workspace page where you can begin working on the application. The required forms will be available in your workspace and include SF-424 application for federal domestic assistance, individual form, B, attachments form. 6, you can access each required form online by clicking web form, or you can download the forms to your computer by clicking download to work offline. If you choose to download the forms, you will first need to verify your PDF software prior to downloading the forms, which would be like Adobe Acrobat or something like that. You must also have a version of Adobe Reader that is supported by grants.gov installed on your computer. Go to Adobe Software Tip Sheet to see the compatible versions of Adobe Reader or to download and install Adobe Reader. See important information about Adobe software compatibility with grants.gov. 8, complete the application using the steps below. 1, complete the application for Federal Domestic Assistance Individual Form SF-424 to grants.gov. All asterisk items and yellow fields on this form are required and must be completed to submit the form. Do not type in all capital letters. Enter all information directly into the form. Do not copy and paste from previous grant opportunity packages or other documents. That's good to know because I like to copy and paste. Name of federal agency pre-populated. Catalog of federal domestic assistance number pre-populated. Date received, leave blank. This will be filled automatically with the date that you submit your application. Funding opportunity number pre-populated. Application information, name and contact information. All transactions with the NEA must be made using an applicant's legal name. Applicants using pen names or other names must list their legal name here. You must enter your email address as the NEA will provide application status updates via email. Ensure your contact information is valid through December 2026. Use a personal email you always have access to rather than a work email. You must notify us of any changes to your name or contact information by emailing litfellowships@arts.gov. Due to restrictions from the Department of Homeland Security, we are not able to send emails to alias addresses that forward to another email account. Do not enter this type of email address. B, address. Enter information from your permanent address. Information must be valid through December 2026. If you live outside the United States, submit your international address. Use street number 1 for your street address, post office box number, use regular shit, whichever is used for your postal mailing service address. And C, citizenship status. Only U.S. citizens or permanent legal residents are eligible to apply. If you are a permanent resident of the United States, you must provide your alien registration number. Congressional district of applicant. Enter the Damn, they want your congressional district, bro. Enter the congressional district that corresponds with your permanent address. Use the following format: 2-character state abbreviation, 3-character district number, For example, if you live in the 5th Congressional District of California, enter CA005. If your state has a single at-large representative or your territory has a single delegate, either enter a two-character state/territory abbreviation and 000. If you need determining your district, visit U.S. House of Representatives website and use Find Your Representative tool. Damn. So this is my first time, excuse me, filling out for like a government grant. Because usually when I fill out for grants and stuff like that, it's usually through places like Unity or Unreal that deal with like gaming and stuff like that. So the places, most of the grants that I fill out for usually deal with gaming and tech. So, and they're usually not through the government. They're usually through the people who actually provide like either the gaming software or what, like Microsoft or something like that. But damn, that's a lot of information you want. Project title. Your project title should be the title of the writing sample. Project. Okay. Your project title should be the title of the writing sample you're submitting with your application. You will also use this title in the header of your writing sample. This title may be the title of your complete piece or the title of the first piece in the writing sample that includes multiple pieces. Do not include your first or last name in your project title. Okay. Project description. In 2 or 3 sentences, briefly describe how you see your work being advanced by this fellowship. This may include writing, research, travel, listing the titles of your work you're submitting. Note, NEA staff will see the project description, but the panelists will not. Advisory panelists only review the submitted writing sample. Okay. Project start date, proposed end date. Enter your start date as January 1st, 2026. Your end date can extend to December 31st, 2027. Okay. The date end must fall on the last day of the month, e.g., December 31st, 2026. Signature block. By clicking the agree box, you are certifying that your application is true and correct to the best of your knowledge. You attest that your work sample is your original work and that you are in compliance with relevant federal requirements that can be found in the assurance of compliance on page 20 of the Creative Writing Fellowship Pros Grant Program description. The signature and date signed boxes will be populated by grants.gov upon submission of the application. Oh, that was all number 1. 2, complete and attach required items to the attachments form. The attachments form is not a form in the conventional sense. Rather, it is a place to attach documents that you have completed and saved elsewhere on your computer. Okay. So, okay. It's like a folder. Important tips. The attachment documents must be submitted as PDF files. These files/documents can be created using any word processing software. That's good. When you have completed the document, save it to your computer and convert it to a PDF before attaching it to this form. Do not create PDFs of your documents by scanning. Scanned PDFs are much larger and of lower quality than PDFs created using word processing software. Do not embed non-printable media files such as video and or sound into PDF documents. Static images, e.g. pictures, are acceptable. Do not enable any document security settings or password protect any PDF file you submit to us. No single attachment should be more than 2 megabytes. Label the first page of each document clearly with the name of the item, e.g. publications. Leave a margin of 1 inch at the top, bottom, and sides of all pages. This shit is like high school. Do not reduce type below 12-point font size. Do not type in all capital letters. Number pages sequentially. Access pages will not be reviewed. Name your files as indicated below under attachments and attach them in the proper order. Limit file names to 50 or fewer characters and use only the following characters when naming your attachments. Letters A to Z, capital letters A to Z, lowercase, 0 to 9, underscore, hyphen, space, and period. If you do not follow this rule, your application may be rejected by grants.gov. You cannot change the name of a file on the attachments form. Therefore, make certain that each file is named correctly before you attach it. If you try to review an attachment by clicking the View Attachment button on the attachments form but are unsuccessful, check the bottom of the screen for message. Pop-ups are blocked on this page. If you see this message, press Control and View Attachment to see the attachment. The attachments. When you open the grants.gov attachments form, you will find 15 attachment buttons. You will click a button to select the correct PDF file from your computer that you wish to attach. Be sure to attach the proper file to the proper button as listed below. You will only use the first 2 attachment buttons. Do not use buttons 3 to 15. Then why the fuck do you have fucking buttons 3 to fucking 15? Make that make sense. I can only use 1 and 2, but you got 15. Make that shit make sense. Attachment 1, writing sample. To this button, attach 1 copy of your writing sample. The file name should be your last name, followed by underscore sample. Oh, that's important.
You know what's treating yourself
Okay,
without achieving your goals.
I need to highlight that.
With Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Right in 2 minutes. Smart. With Factor.
Okay. Um, the file name should be your last name followed by underscore sample. For example, John Doe sample, underscore sample, sorry. Your writing sample must be a minimum of 20 to 25 transcript double spaced pages of fiction, short story, flash fiction, novel, excerpt, and or creative nonfiction, e.g., creative essay, memoir, and literary journalism. Applicants may submit 1 or more works of their writing sample, but the total cannot exceed 25 pages. If submitting multiple excerpts or stories, combine them into one. No, if submitting multiple excerpts or stories, combine them all into a single PDF. What? Your sample must be from a work that you have written in the time period that established your eligibility. January 1st, 2015 to March 12th, 2025, and for which you have sole artistic responsibility. You may submit published work, unpublished work, or work in progress. Do not indicate whether or not the material has been published. Oh, wow. That's, yeah, I got a shit ton of stuff. I can't fucking send. Oh man, wow, I got a lot of stuff then unpublished. I got a shit ton. Ay, coñazo. Coño. Oh, come on. It's so sensitive. All right, there you go. Completely free of your first name, last name, initials, email address, website, or any other marks that could specifically identify you. The file name Doe underscore sample is the only place your name can appear. If your first and or last name appears in your writing sample text, what? Oh, if you, oh, he made me mess up. Where was I? If your first and last name appears in your writing sample text or header, your application will be ineligible. Damn, they are serious. The advisory panel will not see the file name. For example, if your name is John Doe, neither John nor Doe can appear anywhere in your writing sample. Okay. Labeled 3. Label to indicate title and genre of the sample. In the header of every page, include the title, the genre, fiction or nonfiction, and page number in the upper right corner. The title should match the title entered as your project title in your application for federal domestic assistance form. 4. Typed clearly and readable. No, typed and clearly readable. Use a 12-point font and margins of at least 1 inch at the top, bottom, and sides of all pages. Do not submit more than the maximum number of pages that are allowed. Excess pages will be removed and not reviewed. Do not submit handwritten documents. Have questions? Click here for an example of how to format your writing sample. Yes, please, bro. I am not good with written stuff. I gotta see an example. Okay, that's doable. Okay. Um. Okay, here we go. Okay, did that. Remember to save your writing sample as a PDF. See important tips above. Attachment 2. Publications to establish eligibility. To this button, attach the publications document to establish your eligibility. The file name should be your last name followed by publications. For example, Doe underscore publications. Only followed by underscore publication. Only NEA staff will see this document. At the top of this page, list your legal name, your pen name, or other preferred name if applicable, your email address, and your website if applicable. Your name, initials, address, or other identifying information must not appear on any other page of the writing sample material that is submitted. At the top of this page, list your legal name, your pen name, or other preferred name if applicable. Oh, I just said that. Sorry, my bad. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. List the specific published works that establish your eligibility. You may list additional publications if you're unsure whether a publication meets the publication requirements. See the eligibility section on page 8 of the Creative Writing Fellowship Pros Grant Program Description PDF for details. We collect this information only to verify eligibility. It is not provided to the panel reviewers. For each publication, list the title, author, publisher, including name of magazine or press, and web address if applicable. Publication date, month and year, or volume/issue. Number of pages of your material if your work appears in an anthology. This refers to your work within the collection, not the full book. Page number if journal or anthology, or if online, an exact URL of your work. Wow. I got so much. I got the comic strip. I got the manga. I got the books. I got the unpublished book. I got a lot of shit, bro. Only 25 pages. That's a good problem to have, though. We collect this. Okay. We collect this details. We collect this information only to verify eligibility. It is not provided for the panel reviewers. For each publication, list the title / and author, the publisher, including name of magazine or press, and web address if applicable, publication date, month and year, or volume/issue. Number of pages of your material if your work appears in an anthology. This refers to your work within the collection, not the full book number, if a journal or anthology, or if online, and exact URL to your work. Your publications should be formatted like the samples below. Book, title, author, A Walk in the City / by John Doe. Publisher, University Press, www.up.edu. Publication date, 12/2024. Number of pages, 230. URL, NA. Journal / magazine. Title, author, Hidden Moon / Jane Doe. Publisher, Velvet Journal, www.violetjournal.org. Publication date, volume 10/2023 / volume .32, issue 4, fall. Number of pages, 5. Page number or URL, www.violetjournal.org /32 to 52 /Doe. Anthology. Title of your work / author / translator, Hidden Moon / Jane Doe. Anthology title / editor, time spent, poems about grant writing, edited by M. Fed / Jill Deere. Publisher, Small Press, www.smallpress.org. Publication date, 6/2024. Number of pages, 14. Upon request, you must provide proof of publication to establish eligibility to the NEA in one or more of the following ways: the title page or cover with your name and the title of the work, the copyright page with the publisher's contact information, including web address and phone number, publication date, month, year, ISBN or ISN number, if a print publication, or URL if publication is online only, the publication's stated selection criteria and editorial policy. Note: when you check the certification box on the SF-424 individual form, you're certifying that all parts of your application, including your publications that establish your eligibility, are true and correct to the best of your knowledge. Leave all remaining attachment buttons blank. Why, again, do you have 15 buttons when you only use 2? That sounds batshit. That's crazy to me. Okay, one more page. Submit your application to grants.gov electronically. Electronically submit the application for federal domestic assistance individual form and required attachments through grants.gov. 1. Check the size of your electronic application. The total size should not exceed 10 megabytes. 2. To begin the submission process, log on to grants.gov. Go to the Forms tab on the Manage Workspace page. Click on the Sign and Submit button from under the Forms tab. Be certain that you are satisfied with your application before you click the Sign and Submit button. No revisions to your applications are possible through grants.gov once it is submitted. After submission, the only way to update items in your application is to create a new application by repeating items 2 to 4. The NEA will only review your most recently submitted application. Number 3, once you complete and submit your application, you will see your confirmation screen explaining that your submission is being processed. And take a screenshot of this confirmation screen and save it for your records. Retain the grant.gov's tracking number that you receive in the application submission confirmation screen. Verify your application was validated by grants.gov's system. Go to Track My Application to confirm the validation and track the progress of your application submission through grants.gov. Do not wait until the day of the deadline to verify your validated submission in case you encounter any difficulties. We do not accept late applications. Note: acceptance and validation by grant.gov does not imply the applicant has uploaded the proper attachments. Before submitting your application, double check that you have attached everything correctly. For additional help on how to use grants.gov, see the grants.gov support center. You can also email grants.gov contact center at support@grants.gov or call them at 800-518-4726, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. that's it. All done. Thank you guys, whoever you are, for watching. As I read that, you guys didn't ask a question, so but thank you. I'm trying to get used to going live. I'm so used to doing my podcast and just posting stuff. But yeah, check me out. I hope everyone out there has a blessed day.